Howdy, 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 this is Inachi Sasuke, and welcome back to Let's Read Homestuck, for some reason. When we last left off, it was flashing back forward into a conversation that had already happened, but since it is a few days since I recorded the last episode, I'm going to read the conversation again because I don't remember it. So, okay, wait, hold on, why am I getting this stupid game for you? You're the one who should be wrist deep in puppet ass. What is the specific problem? The problem is I'm up to my goddamn neck in fucking puppet dong. You know you like the mannequin dick. Accept it. I am enrobed in chafing, wriggling, god fucking damned puppet pelvis. An obscenely long, coarse Kermit cock is being dragged across my anguished face. Let's put this into perspective. You put up with the puppet prostate because you love it. Also, coarse is a good word. You don't seem to harbor any sympathy for the fact that I've burrowed fuck deep into lively, fluffy Muppet buttock. I'm whirling into the terrible cyclone at the epicenter of my own personal holocaust of twitching foam noses. It's like a fucking apocalypse of perky proboscis in here, like the proboscalypse, I guess. Are you going to start rapping about this? What? No, listen! Prong of flesh bereft of home, found solace twixt a cleft of foam. No, oh Jesus. Of apocalypse your thoughts eclipse a painted pair of parted lips that dare through kiss to stir the air, that teases tufts of orange hair, and though faces flush and lovers fits, hands snug in plush-ass gloves if it fit. Okay, Dickinson, if you can shut your perfumy trap for half a second, this is serious. I'm just saying, if I see one more soft, bulbous bottom being like kind of jutting out and impudent or whatever, I'm gonna fly off the handle. I'm gonna do some sort of acrobatic fucking pirouette off the handle and win like a medal or some shit. Then let's hope that there will be a squishy derriere somewhere below the handle to break your fall. John, observe the back of the first visible capitulum card. You flip over the top card containing your pogo ride. Anytime you capture log something, a new code appears on the back of the card. You've always wondered what that code was for. Damn, these things are hard to read, but then you've never really found any reason to decipher them. Until now, perhaps? What does that say? DQMMJLEK. I am not a robot. Examine reverse side of hammer card and strife specibus. Looks like the cards from your strife deck have codes too. NZ7UN6BI. Enter CAPTCHA code as seen on back of Pogo Ride card. You enter the DQMMJLEK into the keyboard. At least you think that's what the code is. The red light switches off. A green light begins blinking. Ooh, pretty. Insert the card! Punch. Type in NZ7UN6BI. Kapunch! In the interest of due diligence, you enter the other code and repeat the process with that card too. Both cards are now punched with different hole patterns. Attempt to retrieve Pogo from card. Okay, oh well that should just be a simple matter of... Uh-oh. Looks like it's trapped now. You don't see how you can access the item anymore, or store a new item there for that matter. These cards are pretty much useless now, and the items they contain are toast! But maybe not all is lost. Recalling from your experience with pre-punched card, you may be able to use the cards to replicate the items in question. Assuming you got the codes right, that is. Mash keys heedlessly. Not quite through with your cowboy empiricism just yet, you mash at the keyboard to generate a random code. You enter DSKJHSDK. The designator stops you after 8 characters, which appears to be the maximum length for a code. The green light goes on, signaling its readiness for a card. You figure you might as well burn the shaving cream since the product is not exactly at a premium in your household. You also figure you might as well merge the 2 cans onto one card. You're a little sad that your dad isn't around for this. You have a feeling he would get a real kick out of the idea of duplicating more shaving cream. You punch the card with a pattern that is in no way related to the code for the item it contains. This should make for an interesting experiment. Mad science is a lot of fun. Ha ha ha. Unfortunately, you just burned another card in the process. Your deck is really dwindling now. Maybe you should have thought this through a little better. On the plus side, you just freed up your PDA, which is overflowing with pent-up chatter from anxious pesterers. Hey, how you doing? Oh shit. Oh shit. John, answer your chums. Puppets! Awesome. That's really all there is to say on the matter. Turntech Godhead changed his mood to rancorous. John, watch out, I'm about to throw a tub through your bath wall. Wow, that was so totally unnecessary. I made a shortcut upstairs. I thought it would be a good idea to get up there and try the cards as soon as possible. Also, you weren't being terribly responsive. You mean these stairs? Man, look at these shitty stairs. They're so narrow. I'm supposed to climb those? They're perfectly navigable. I'm saving on grist for now. If you keep slaying foes, collecting grist, and expanding the cash limit, we may not need to be so economical with our resources in the future. So why didn't you just build a way up through that hole into my dad's room? Have you ever been in there? No? Exactly. Huh? I'd rather not get sidetracked. I'm more interested in further exploring the mechanics of the game than watching you discover what sort of outlandish Harlequin decor your father keeps in his room. Oh, come on, what's the big deal? I'll just climb up and go right through. Will you? Yeah, why not? Are you saying you've never wondered what's in there, or why it's been kept a secret from you? Well, I mean, yeah. Then trust me, you won't be going right on through. Wait, are you saying there's something, like, troubling in there? I don't know. What do you mean? What do you see in there? I can't see in there. Oh. But I don't have a very good feeling about it. Whatever. I think I can handle a few more stupid clown paintings. Rose, move punch cards to John's room. Rose, drag some Krugzeit Dowels up to John's room. John, collect grist, examine safe. You swoop up the bountiful supply of grist generated by your co-player's recent exploits. From now on, it will probably go without saying that you'll nab any grist lying around without making a big fuss over it. You check out the busted safe, which has made a noble sacrifice in battle. Some of your father's odds and ends have spilled out, including some old newspaper clippings, and 2 rather hefty tomes. It's a fair bet that these books comprise at least half the weight of the safe. Examine Family Tome of Humor. It's another copy of Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery. This one looks really old, perhaps an original printing. Could it be the same one involved with your grandmother's unfortunate accident on that fateful day? Dad would never speak a word about it, but maybe Nana wouldn't be so tight-lipped? You give it a cursory perusal. It appears to be similar to your reprinting, listing all the japes and chicanery you have come to know and love. You capture log it, thinking you may give it another look later. The Fatherly Gent's Shaving Almanac. You take a look at the other book. You're sure Dad thought this was a scintillating read, but it looks pretty boring to you. Maybe you'll crack into it someday when you're old enough to shave. Everything in this safe was obviously very important to your father. You wonder why he kept it locked away from you. Some things about him you'll never understand. It seems he's been collecting scraps from the news over the years. These articles go back decades. Look at the piece of paper taped to the wall. Son, if you are reading this, it means you are now strong enough to lift the safe. You are now a man. As such, you are entitled to what is inside. I know you will take this responsibility seriously. I am so proud of you. John, turn the card over. You guessed this is the combination to the safe. This is completely useless. Examine back of capture log card on floor. Woo! You guess these are all zeros, or are they capital O's? Zeros will probably make more sense for an empty card, you think. Capture log the card. There it go. Enter code on back of card into Dizictix. 1111111111. Punch card. Wait. Wait, John, before you punch that... Oh. I was about to say, if you first took note of the code, then removed the card from the card, you could have punched the blank one. You would have only burnt one card instead of two. Oh yeah, you're right. Damn it! Throw the hat down in disgust. That's a bit further than down, John. What's this line here? Ugh. Capture log card. Capture log punch, capture log card. Sweet catch! What? Take PDA. The 2-card Silodex. Inventory of dumbasses. Sorry. Dumb notification on the phone. John, level up. Climb to rung pesky urchin. You have gained... Math time. 200 boon dollars. Colonel Sassacre, level up for slaying the imp. The Colonel soars to new heights on his echo ladder, reaching the rung one-man julep vacuum and pockets 9,550 boon dollars. Chump change for the genteel aristocratic Southern Colonel. Bathtub, level up for slaying the imp. The bathtub surges heroically and surpasses the rung Archimedes aqua cradle, proceeding directly to the vaulted ring Taft Jammer. The tub makes off with a cool 490 boon dollars. The tub's basin capacity remains unaffected. Safe, level up for slaying the imp. The safe was slain in battle. A great flaming nautical pyre carries it off to Valhalla. John, make your way up those stairs, post haste. You're not sure. They look pretty precarious to you, but you've been assured the stairs are perfectly navigable. Lad scramble! Lousy goddamn stupid stairs! Dun dun. Ignore Lil Cowl and find the beta. Dave. You wander over to the place where your bro keeps his sweet turntable gear. Man, that setup is sweet! You feel pangs of jealousy whenever you walk by it. Really cool jealousy, though. Like the kind where, instead of getting all worked up about it, you don't actually give a shit. One of your brother's rad and extremely expensive ninja swords is missing, though. You know this drill all too well. Trouble's a brewin'. Dave, take expensive ninja sword. What sword? Noom! Exit your bro's room. You approach the exit. There's something on the door you haven't seen before. Looks like one of your bro's ironic comics he left for you to check out. What have I done? Animal, please start breathing. Oh God, please breathe. Okay, make-believe time is over. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. What will Nanny do to me if she finds out? No one can ever know. I have to hide the body. But where? Think, imagination. The one time I really need you. Like, hello, Rolf. I want to play a game. I want to play a game. To play a game. Okay, some of this stuff you know he's just leaving around to get under your skin. This is obviously another ploy in his relentless siege of one-upsmanship to get your goat. The same goat you've been meaning to bleed like ironically, but will still have to wait for a more appropriate time. You think he knows that deep down you feel like you're still not ironic enough to get stuff like this. And this is probably some weird gauntlet he's throwing down to see if you will get it. But honestly, you think this material is just a little too ironic. You just don't need to see this shit right now. Go into the kitchen! No sign of bro in here either. Well, aside from the absurd quantity of dangerous stuff he leaves lying around. Transfer katana to Stripe Specialist. With an escalating sense of threat, you think it's time to shift 9, your katana 9, to your Specialist. You figure it's better to free up the card anyway, since you might need to grab some of this stuff. Set blender to mix. You guess your bro stuck some fake blood capsules in that puppet? Pretty gross. What puppet was it? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. You spot one of your bro's many webcams nearby, recording the incident. It seems you may have just been an unwitting accessory to some sort of grisly puppet snuff film. You're not totally sure how you feel about that. Damn. Capture log Buster Sword from behind the microwave. This might be the only thing in the whole apartment that's a bigger piece of shit than your own sword. You put it back behind the microwave where it belongs. Set blender to crush ice. It's just sort of bouncing around in there. You're making a bit of a mess now. Hide evidence in microwave. Phil sneeze brewing. Okay, I guess it's not going to happen. But! See, like, his hobbies are cool and all, and you guess he's gotta put his shit somewhere, but what if he wanted to heat up a burrito or something? This kitchen is pretty much useless. Grab those fireworks. I did not even see those. You capture log all the fireworks! 21212122221510.5. The sink has to offer. You just know these are going to come in handy. Why would they be in the sink if they weren't? Looks like one of them is still stuck in the garbage disposal. That's safe. Capture log shurikens. You grab the shurikens, 5, and hey, careful where you're putting stuff, especially if you're looking to turn your Silex to a powder keg of sharp things. You put the box of fireworks, 3, back into card 5 and prepare to or card 3, apparently. That settles that, you guess. You take the nunchaku, 3, once again grabbing without thinking ahead. Nunchaku! First you capture lock the box! 5, again, while adeptly avoiding the shuriken trap, which you yourself said only moments ago. Aha! You round up all the fireworks. Time to regroup here. Capture log each shuriken individually. You grab shuriken, 3, one at a time, knocking out those nunchaku. But no worries, you've got a plan. Capture log nunchucks. You take the nunchucks, 6. Everything seems to be in order now. It would have been a badass to go with the authentic Japanese names for each weapon, but sometimes you just gotta compromise with this modus. Examine fetch modus. You flip over your fetch modus and check out the back. You're not really sure where it is you're keeping this thing. Oh well, who cares. Press eject button. Oh hell no. Not after all that trouble you went through to get that stuff situated. This is potentially a very dangerous button. Change to Scrabble Points hash modus. Changing hash function will eject Siledex. Are you sure? First you program your modus with a Scrabble Points hash function, adding it to the list. This might be a cool function to use, but it looks like you'll have to empty your Siledex to select it. You're just not going to do that yet. No way! Check the box, detect collisions. Can't speak for shit today. Okay. Take the skateboard. Oh, just what is this guy so happy about? What's he looking at up there? You think if you see one more soft bulbous bottom being like kind of jutting out all impudent or whatever, you're going to fly off the handle. The nose! You take the skateboard, 6. Actually, no you don't. A collision has been detected. You take the, wheeled ride? Man, your inventory's nomenclature is getting lamer by the minute. Capture log the unplugged power cord. You take the power cord. Wait, no, not going to work. Think of a new word for power cord. You take the battery pack. Damn it! You take the battery pack using the Y as a consonant. Your Siledex reluctantly accepts. It's a tactic notoriously employed by hashmap noobs, but you just don't care about that now. Besides, it's not like your bro's around to see it. Dun dun. Search for some mad snacks, yo! Oh, It was just Lil Cal again. You can never stay mad at him. Anyway, you've got to get this rude hunger under control. You figure you ought to scope the fridge for some grub. This hunger is so ill-mannered it would make a room full of snooty do-waggers commit mass suicide. What the fuck is a do-wagger? Open the refrigerator. Oh god, more shitty swords. Of course you knew these were in here. You're not even sure why you looked. If you want to keep any food or beverages in this apartment, you've pretty much got no choice but to hide stuff away in your closet. Are these all from Final Fantasy? I think they are. Take the swords! The hell with it. You try to take the entire jumble of unbelievably shitty swords and brace yourself for... Looks like that works, actually. You capture log the jumble of unbelievably shitty swords. Use Ice Maker, it's still hot around here. You dispense several cherry bombs. Wait. Who's that looking at you in the reflection? Where'd that little dude scamper off to this time? Capture log cherry bombs! You go for the cherry bombs. 9. Unsuccessfully. After mulling it over a bit, you take the red spherical salutes. Take the blender! Blender is a pretty simple word, and you can already tell it's not going to work. Instead, you take the whirling blade pitcher. That's really a much better name for it anyway, you think. Activate garbage disposal. Wait a minute, isn't that a... Alright, never mind. Stuff Mr. Purple Guy into the garbage disposal. You're still not sure what he's so happy about or what he's looking up at up there. While you're at it, you dump the contents of the blender, whirling blade pitcher, into the disposal, but you suffer an unfortunate garbage disposal head jam. You notice something in a reflection. Something above you. What's up there? Hello, Dave. It's the hatch to the crawl space above your apartment. Bro's always tucking away in there when he's busting out his rad stealth stunts. He's so slick that dangling cord never even jostles. You just know he's being ironic with these weird mind games. There's no way anyone could be serious about aping those shitty movies. Use the turntables and cinder blocks to make a fort. It's a pretty sweet fort you just made, and you're pretty sure your brother would agree. Under different circumstances, you might be high-fiving over it right now. But rather than get inside and take her for a spin, you really just need to use it to get up to that hatch. Yank the cord. It's time to face your destiny. No going back now! Oh shit. Puppet butts! Puppet butts! Yeah, there was pretty much no way there wasn't going to be a bunch of puppets in there. And here's that conversation again. Read note on the hatch. Bro, roof, now, bring cow. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen. Well, I guess it would be, we're doing it, man. We're making this happen. Burst out of the puppet pile like the one. Dave, be the other guy. You are now the other guy. Take dowels and sheets from bed and make a tent. This is so much fun. A huge waste of time, yes, but so much fun. I wish I could do that. But I don't know where my sheets are and I don't have dowels. Carve a totem of the punch pogo card. Damn, Rose, that's harsh. You put the punch card totem containing the pogo ride in the slot and carve a totem from one of the Klugsight dowels. Repeat process with other cards and dowels. You use the card containing the code for the hammer as well as the one with the random code you punched over the shaving cream card for the hell of it. You carve the respective totems for the cards. Do the same thing with capture log card. You make a totem for a capture log card. Pretty bare bones looking totem if you ask me. Collect the totems! You stow the totems in your Athenium. Rose, produce capture log card. Ta-ta! The Alchemiter requires 1 unit of any type of grist to produce 1 card. You decide to use shale since it seems less generally useful than build grist as of now. You make a whole bunch of them. Whoa, did you just make all these? Yes. Sweet, thanks! What did you do with all the blue wobbly vase-looking things? I brought the totems out to the Alchemiter to test them. I'm taking some things into my own hands to save time. Okay. You create a hammer at the expense of 2 units of build grist. You make a poker right too. -5 build, 1 shale. You use the totem card with the random code. You create a rocket pack? With some random crap stuck inside it. Looks like a center block, a violin, and a flower pot. The items have rendered the device completely inoperable. You figure you might as well put this piece of junk to use. John, collect the cards. Using a little strategy, first you grab Henry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cavaney, then take the cards, then your ejected PDA, then the book again to flush the cards into your deck. Nice going! Turn on Detect Collisions. You flip your fetch mode but find no such option. This is idiotic. John, read book, be the wise guy. An introduction. Who's this wise guy? New Orleans, 1977. The close-up room of the Magic Castle was this mean little box that tended to fill up with so much smoke you'd swear someone was cremating a wet dog in there. In walks Anderson. There isn't much that gets Slicker to pause his journey round the table to my lips, but I'll be the bastard love child of a listless octoroon if that kid wasn't the cat that swallowed the canary in a dapper little hat. It looked like he was testing the tensile strength of his suspenders to the damn near limit with a pair of cocky thumbs. I wasn't impressed, but I was a fool. Somehow, in my motion for another beverage, he'd already slipped into polite conversation at a table held down by some notoriously brusque regulars. He'd had him in no time flat. They were melting butter in his glass ramekins. Whatever tidy yarn he'd spun to win him over, I didn't catch a word of it. One of them laughed. I was angry. Envious? Maybe a little. Yeah, you bet I was. Anderson had one of those little wooden finger choppers that Mickey Hayes used to sell. The kind where the blade could be removed and clearly shown. It was a very convincing little guillotine that did not look like a novelty store toy. Henry would get a guy to examine the chopper, then cut his cigarette in half. Then he held the guy's hand up and told this silly story. The story, of course, was artifice, a distraction for the guy and the audience while he worked his stuff with the chopper. Or it would become that once his famous chopper trick was perfected, vaulting him into fame, fortune, and the crowning position in the telephone judiciary. With what became his signature aplomb, Anderson was in moments of fun of breast pocket gals, profuse apology, and a redoubling determination. It's really amazing how hard it is to find a bloody sausage-sized piece of a guy on the floor of a room that dark and smoky. Impossible, I think we all proved. Just as impossible as blind Willie Butterneck Stubbs was going to find to work his trumpet tomorrow night without his twiddling fingers. You never really understood what Cavaney's relation to Anderson was, or why he wrote this book about him. His ambivalent attitude towards your favorite magician in these anecdotes always struck you as a little weird, to be honest. And to be honest, you tend not to read much of the text in the book. You mostly like to look at the diagrams for all the cool tricks. Harry and I never speak anymore. Oh yeah, that's right, the old hole in the ace trick. Interestingly enough, pertaining to punching holes in cards and making them disappear and stuff. Your hands were never really strong enough to make this one work that well either. But actually, this gives you an idea. Should I read this too? Here's a perfect example of how Harry could ruin several decks of cards, waste everyone's valuable time, and have you love him for it. He was good at that. One day, he noisily emptied his suit jacket pocket onto the hood of his car in search of change for the meter. A clunky metal thing slid from the pile and bounced on the sidewalk. As I retreated for him, I asked what he was doing with a hole punch in his pocket. His face lit up at the question like he was an elf, and I asked him how he felt about climbing into the hollow of a big tree to bake some cookies or something. The 2-foot 6-inch height differential between us causes these comparisons to enter my mind. A small crowd had already gathered around even before he produced the first pack of unmolested cards. How people seem to gather and how they even know a street performance is about to take place, I'll never know. It's perhaps Anderson's greatest trick, lowering the marks like that. I wanted to ask if he was sure about this performing in broad daylight. He was used to working in dark rooms. It was usually the first thing out of his mouth when he would queer a trick. I'm really more accustomed to working in a darker room than this. But Harry was excited, and had already butchered the first deck of cards with the hole puncher and issued the first round of apologies to the crowd. They were like the primer apology, the sort that got the folks loosened up a bit before the 7-course meal of ingratiation that would inevitably follow. He asked me for a fresh deck of cards, and I gave him one. The principle behind the trick in theory, as he explained to me later, was to punch holes in what appeared to be one card, but was in fact 2 or more together, hence the difficulty he often had in squeezing the puncher with his little elfish hands. Then, using some coy maneuvers with his thumb, temporarily concealing the hole while he slid the card beneath with his palm, the hole would seem to disappear or move to another part of the card. Okay, I think it's done doing that. You overlap 2 of the punch cards. They mask each other's hole patterns. Put both cards in totem wave. You carve another totem using the new combined hole pattern. Take it to the alchemiter. Oh man, looks like Rose made 1,000,000 hammers for some reason. Get all this shit out of the way. You're about to make something sweet. Oh yeah. You got the pogo hammer! Practice with new weapon. Boing, 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 boing. What did you do? I combined the cards and the lathe thingy and made this. It's so sweet, man. Look at me go. I see. That was a really cool idea, John. Nice work. Thanks! I got the idea from Harry Anderson. Who? You know the show Night Court? No. Oh, well, bottom line is, he's awesome. That's really all there is to say on the matter. Attack nearest imp to test Pogo Hammer's strength. You get a vicious rhythmic bouncing combo going and easily slay the imp in one blow. You and the Pogo Hammer are catapulted sky high in the progress. Hey, arm. Sweet catch! Do. What the fuck? Do. Rose, pester John. Hey, that was pretty, nice. Sweet catch? Save. Oh, yeah. This is pretty comfy. Why don't you just, like, carry the bed around with me in it up to the gate up there? I can't interact with you directly or anything that you are touching if it will result in moving you. See? Oh, lame. The game probably regards that as kind of cheating. In a way, thieving you of your free will as an adventurer and the need to advance by your own skill and ingenuity. The server player is just a facilitator. Well, okay. All that scurrying around kind of wore me out. I think I'm going to rest here for a bit. Rose, can you keep the imps at bay? Like, drop some stuff on them if they sneak too close? No, you should pick up your hammer and defend yourself. What? Come on. I have no idea what the hell Dave is up to or if he's any closer to recovering the game. There's some stuff I'd like to try in case he doesn't come through. Oh, alright. I'm just going to rest my eyes here a second, though. Sleep. Well, if ever there was a good stopping point, it's probably John going the fuck to sleep. So, I should probably also go the fuck to sleep because it is currently 1 a.m. here, so I'm gonna save the game, which is a... I probably should have seen that coming, but in any case, this has been episode 9? Yeah, 9 of Let's Read Homestuck. So, I don't think I'm going to be able to reach S Enter by episode 10, unless episode 10 is gargantuan. So, I guess I'll just have to see if I either reach it soon, or if episode 10 is gargantuan. If episode 10 is not gargantuan, then, well, I can just check. I'm stupid. But, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Y'all have a great night, or day, or weekend, or whenever the hell I end up uploading this, and whatever time you end up watching it. And thanks for watching it. Bye-bye now.